Hello everyone and welcome back to Fleet Plays Roam the Waves 3. Yes, we're back at it once again. Yes indeed, we actually are. If you can believe it, we're back. We're back at it once again. Indeed, hi Timu, nice to see you. But yes, we're back. Obviously with work being a thing that exists now, we'll have to see how we go and how long we go for. But probably keep these streams short, sharp, and to the point. So, a battle. Now, we do have 3 battle cruisers. A lot more light cruisers than they do. They have 2. Don't know what they're going to bring out. But I did decide that crushing the Italian fleet was much more important than crushing the... I don't have enough intel. I don't have enough intel to take that fight. I'd need more intel than I have, and I don't have it. That's Courbet and Voltaire. And if we bring along Marseille, that gives us 3 capital ships. Now, don't forget, Courbet and Voltaire, they're the most powerful battleships in the world still, despite their age. Oh, Jesus. You need to go to bed, Timo. That's not enough sleep. You need to go to bed. It's very important. You need the sleep. Sleep is important. Yeah, we need normal. Because the last thing we wanted to have that happen. How's she doing? Okay, she took it on the chin like a bit of a champ, but she's alright. There we go. She's sorted herself out, bless her. She's in a little bit of a circle, bless her cotton socks. Okay, max -2. Okay, Courbet sorted herself out. That's fine. How's she doing? She took it on the chin like an absolute champ. This convoy's got to be around here somewhere. We ran into it. Where could it... Well, we'll find it again, surely. Well, if we don't find it, the aircraft from... well, there we go. We found it now. Okay, that's a destroyer. Yep, there are the merchants. Dead ahead. I mean, yes, please get into a shooting match with the 3 most powerful capital ships in the French Navy. Oh, Courbet, I don't want to keep going at this speed. Because I'm worried about your flotation damage. At the same time, though, I do want to close this convoy, and I do want to engage it, and I do want to inflict damage on it. And in fact, they don't want to fight these 3 capital ships. They're just significantly more powerful than anything the Italian fleet possesses. I'm keeping an eye on Courbet and her speed, though. Really am keeping an eye on her, because... Did we just rudder cripple one of those ships? We must have done. Still, there's the convoy. Oh, what we can do is we can savage that convoy and then slip into the harbour at Malta. Oh yeah, I forgot we won a war against the British. We did, didn't we? All the Italian merchantmen can do is just watch their capital ships run from these 3 French monsters and just... well... mean, please swing back and give my battleships a really clean shot at you with their big 17-inch guns. This will only go well for you, I'm sure. I think Dante Alighieri just got torpedoed by our battleships, which would be hysterical if that's what just happened. I mean, either way, this is not somewhere the Italian battleships want to be, facing ships with 16 and 17-inch guns. They don't want to be this close at all. Because I will just pound them into scrap. Even though Courbet is badly battered, she's still more than capable of dishing out a beating. Those are the ranges I built those ships to survive at. Oh, we might lose Courbet. We might lose the Courbet. She's detached ahead from Malta, I don't blame her. But if we can sink 2 Italian battleships, that'll be well worth the cost. Bloody Italians getting torpedo hits in, I tell you. Cheeky sods that they are. Okay, and one of the Andrea Doris is capsized. The other one might be about to go over. Vittorio Emanuel's in a bad way. Come on, I want that Italian battleship blown out of the water. Yeah. The loss of Courbet stings. She was one of the 2 most powerful battleships in the French Navy, and she was one of the 2 fast battleships in the French Navy. But sinking 3 Italian battleships that can all do 28 plus knots is a pretty swell consolation prize. Along with the destruction of basically an entire Italian convoy. And near total dominance of the Mediterranean. You just want to blow up a ship. Yes, I do. Well, Voltaire managed to survive. The lead ship of the class. Still, the Voltaires were the anvil, were the hammer on which the Royal Navy was broken. With their monstrous 9 17-inch guns and thick armor. They were that which broke the RN and secured for the French Empire, well, the French... French Republic, whatever you want to call it, hegemony of the world's oceans. The problem is, this war, such as it is, caught me in the midst of a rebuilding program. I barely managed to get the Voltaires back out before it started. And it is a shame to lose them. They were to form the bottom end of a new core of French battleships, but, well, that wasn't to be, sadly. Although the losses inflicted on the Italian Navy today, if it was like 1 battleship or 2 that we traded for and got the convoy, I'd be a bit miffed. But no, we got 3. We got 3 Italian battleships for the loss of 1 of our own, and we achieved our objective of destroying the convoy. That, to me, is good odds. So, politely, We're going back to Malta. Make revolutions for 10 knots. Make sure Voltaire keeps the flooding under control, and we're going. Bad Admiral. How am I a bad Admiral? I've just won a great victory. The enemy came out with 4 battleships. We came out with 3. We're going back with 2. They're going back with 1. How is that bad? Oh, never mind. We got all 4. We sank 4 Italian battleships. That is huge. The Russians are keeping the Germans tied up in the Baltic. Italy's down to 3 battleships now. They have their 3 battle cruisers, which I'm concerned about, but they're under blockade. And we've got the large armed merchant cruisers, which I wanted. Oh, you're not really big enough. You're not big enough for what I wanted you for. Oh, never mind. Oh, you 2 aren't big enough. You 2 aren't big enough for what I wanted you for. Oh, I can't use you for... Never mind. I lost... Of course I lost the ships to the Regia Mariner. Losing ships to the Regia Mariner is not a bad thing, especially when their ships are actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to have to start building the light carriers, since the whole plan to get a bunch of new fast carriers through the liner conversions didn't work. Since for some reason they dragged in small ferries rather than actual ocean liners. Wow. Okay, we broke through the front in several places. That's good. Okay, the naval budget has increased. Nope, the US can join when they like, because the Russians have joined us, so that's fine. And I'm going to resume construction on one of the St. Louis class ships, but I am going to start building on new light carriers to replace older carriers, and also to be around to replace war losses as and when we need them. A coastal raid on the Germans. Depends what they're giving us to do it with. Strasbourg and Hetherin. I mean, we don't know what we're... No, we're not... We don't know what we're dealing with. And I hate not knowing. No. That's fine. Yeah, and also, I need intel. I haven't been doing intel. I need intel. So I can actually figure out what the hell's going on. We are building subs, aren't we? Are we building subs? We're not. We should be, but we're not. We need to be building subs. There we go. Okay. So, the Italian carrier force, such as it is bigger and more modern than ours, and that's the problem. Whereas the Germans don't have any carriers. So in that case, it's probably better to shunt our carriers north into Northern Europe, because the Germans don't have any carriers, and therefore we can massively use our advantage in carriers there much better. The Italians do have carriers, but we have an awful lot of land-based air in the Mediterranean. which we can absolutely use. And in fact, I think I can actually expand my air bases in that region. Yeah, I can. And I'm going to. There we go. There we are. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Fantastic. Perfect. Lovely. Do for now. Right. Let's keep going to war. Okay, cruiser battle. Are we going to get to bring some carriers? Because if we are, that is a good chance to actually nobble. We don't know what we're going to get. And that's the problem. Not knowing is horrible. I have not played Steam and Iron. I've not played Steam and Iron, sadly. No, they have aircraft, we don't. Battleship engagement in the Mediterranean. Only Voltaire's active in the Med. Well, she will be once she's repaired. It's only the battle cruisers that are around. No enemy carriers are expected. Well, this is a chance for our... If this is a chance for our battle cruisers to match up against their battle cruisers and deliver a knockout blow, I say we take it. Especially since they're outside their air cover and we're inside ours. Is it going to be a... Okay, it's going to be a flat 3-on-3. So, downsides. Their ships are overall more modern. Plus sides. 2 of our battle cruisers are significantly more powerful than 2 of theirs. Nantes and Marseille are significantly more powerful than their ships. Aquitaine is a 14-inch armed vessel of older vintage, and she's significantly weaker compared to the Italian ships. So we'll have to see how we go. If this is their battle cruisers, which I expected, it's not. It's not their battle cruisers. It's their 14-inch armed battleships. Oh, this is bad. This is bad for the Italians. They've run up against the French battlecruiser line. We have the big 16s. We have the guns that just make their armor utterly irrelevant. And for God's sake, Marseille is one of the ships that put down some of the other Italian battleships in the previous engagement. And for God's sake, she's doing it again. Those big quad 16s banging out salvo after salvo. They've singled out the poor old Paolo Emilio class, and she's getting absolutely pounded. Yeah, she's dying. Yeah, we just pounded her into scrap with 16-inch. Oh, they fucking laid a trap. Cheeky fuckers, they laid a trap. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. The Napoli class. They're slower than us, but they're slightly better protected than they're better protected than all but one of my battle cruisers. And they're almost as well armed. Luckily, however, and this is somewhat lucky, with the damage we've inflicted, we can just break away to Algiers. We can tell the flotilla to do a flotilla attack to cover our retreat. Be satisfied with one Italian battleship sunk. And break away to do it again another day. And dare the... Oh, they're not, surely, are they? Yes. Yes, they did. They did try to run through the torpedo boats, and they paid for it. That was very stupid of them. That was very aggressively stupid of them. That would explain to me why. Yeah, the Italians must have carriers in the area. Yep, the Italians do have carriers in the area. Thank God we covered our ships with anti-aircraft guns, that's all I'll say. Oh, good lord. Well, we lost the destroyer, but that's all we lost. Well, she avoided the torpedoes, that's pretty good. And we're approaching Algiers. I've achieved my objective. Like, I've sank another Italian... what's the word? Another Italian battleship, bringing the total down to 2. And Voltaire could easily take both of those on in a fight. Easily. Still, I will admit the Italians laid a bloody good trap. Thank God our ships were better and faster. That's what I will say. If they hadn't been, we'd have been in serious trouble. Luckily, though, they were. So we were able to evade that little trap and actually make it not worthwhile. That's going to make the Duce completely fucking livid. He laid a trap with superior forces for the French battlecruisers, and they walked into it, said, fuck you, blew up an Italian battleship and just went, nah, 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 and just ran away laughing over the horizon. Which has to be the funniest thing that I've seen so far. Yep, just casually rolls up, blows an Italian battleship to Kingdom Come. She took 48 heavy shells. Jesus, look at that, bang! Oh, gee, oh, it's Nantes. It's mostly Nantes. Yeah, Nantes and Marseille just casually tearing the ship apart with 18-inch shell fire. Sorry, 16-inch shell fire. Yep, Germany suffering widespread demonstrations due to a blockade imposed by the Russians and our submarines. The Russians are also sinking German ships as well. The Italians have a shortage of fuel oil. Ha 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 ha. We're a little bit down. Not surprised. Okay, okay. A convoy attack. Can we add a modern cruiser? Do we have any modern cruisers? I mean, the Tags aren't bad, but I prefer some more modern ships if I can get them. I know the Germans are heavily committed against the Russians, but... even so... surely this convoy will have a heavy escort. You would think. Right? No, that's a pair of light cruisers. Königsberg class. Modern ships, yes, but the older style ships like the Tags are still arguably better cruisers than the Königsbergs are. They're tougher. They have bigger guns. They hit harder. Rather than being anti-aircraft cruisers. which the Königsberg class definitely are, and they don't have the armor for a stand-up gunfight against ships like the Takes. And our investment in torpedoes is clearly paying off, because, good lord, the amount of torpedo hits we're inflicting. I mean, if we can just nobble the 2 cruisers escorting the convoy as well, that'd be grand. I mean, congratulations, you got one of the Yet you really did not want that smoke. You kept coming in thinking you wanted it. You do not want that. And you really do not want to close down to range with your lack of armor. That's a seriously, chronically bad idea for you to do. Right, let's just get through these merchant ships quickly. Get them sunk. Yep, so we achieve our objective. There we go. There we go. Indeed. Yeah, that's really, really not what the... That is probably not what the German Admiralty wanted to see today. Well, too late. The aircraft arrived too late. I'm going to gather my forces, laugh hysterically, and retire towards France proper. Because that was fucking funny. Shows up with 2 French cruisers from the fucking early 20s, laughs hysterically, blows apart one of the most modern light cruisers in the German Navy, and just goes, bye. I love this game. I love this game sometimes. I really, really do. I mean, I've achieved my objective. I've blown apart most of the convoy. And my submarines will probably catch the rest. Might even torpedo the other light cruiser as well. Make no mistake, the Germans have a significant carrier advantage. Sorry, not carrier. Capital ship advantage over us. I am in the process of replacing a lot of the older battleships of the French Navy. I've got 8 dreadnoughts I need to replace with modern capital ships. But I need to replace the battle cruisers of the fleet are actually fairly modern. So ironically enough, they're not up for replacement right now. As you can see, they just body pretty much anything they come across. But the battleships of the fleet are in desperate need of replacement. But yeah, that happens. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I will say some of their colonies. That is fine. Minor concessions. Because see, here's the thing. Well, yes, I would like to push on. Here's the thing. I am in the middle of rebuilding the Navy. That's just... I am. I'm in the middle of rebuilding the Navy. That's a fact. I need the capital ships rebuilding. I got the cruiser rebuilding all sorted. But I need the capital ships rebuilt. I need the cruisers rebuilt. Some of the older... We do need replacements for some of the older battle cruisers. In particular, the old things like Heroine. Okay. Oh, yes, Strasbourg was meant to get a rebuild, but she didn't. Aquitaine did. Before the war started. I think there was a rebuild for her. No, we didn't actually get around to rebuilding her. Nanterre got a rebuild. Dunkirk was supposed to get one. But yeah, And now we need to basically stop building our new battleship to try and finish the carrier, which is annoying. Hey-ho, it is what it is. We need to finish building things. I am going to blame Austria-Hungary for once, because as far as I'm aware, they're not actually allied to anybody. I will actually let the Russians buy that. And I'm going to say, I'm sorry, United States, we are allied, but we need to strengthen our defenses because, yeah, long-range bombers, horrible thought. Not keen on that. Oh, new naval patrol aircraft. Very nice indeed. How are we doing for funding? Still not great. Okay, improved quadruple turrets. That'll be good. Improved optics. That's fine. Goodbye, Timu. Sleep well. Sleep is important. Sleep's good for you. Need this new French carrier. I will absolutely give them double the amount. Hey! Very nice. That's lovely. Triumph of French aviation. Oh, no. Not doing that. We will extend it with security with the United States. It's become quite handy. Need to finish Diximunda, and then I need to finish the St. Louis class because they're halfway through being built. And yes, the pilots of our lives are absolutely important. That's just, it is. Go. That's fine. I'll let them rotate the commands round. Oh, internet is kill. That is a shame. I understand. No problems at all. That's fine. Okay, so we've got Diximunda into the fleet. That's good. I am actually going to build another. I'm going to build another carrier. Basically because I want to replace some of the older. I think the only light carriers I want to keep around are basically Rey Umberto is okay. She's old, but she's actually okay in terms of aircraft she can actually carry. And in fact, if we give her a rebuild again with better machinery, she could probably carry even more aircraft, actually. She'll be a little overweight, but no, she goes to 22 knots. How much aircraft can she carry? 31, 32. Still carrying an additional 20, compared to our current air wing, which is 25. Additional 4 aircraft is not a bad thing at all for her to have. And again, the cost to do that actually rounds in quite neatly with my thing, which means that if we finish these 2 carriers and then we have her as well, that means that we have a decent number of carriers. Diximunda's in the fleet. She's a new carrier. The Edgar Quinquets are still fairly capable ships. I feel like they can serve for a bit longer, especially if we replace their 6-inch casemates with single mounts for 5-inch dual-purpose guns, which will be a lot better for these ships to do, their actual job. Basically. Of blowing, you know, the enemies of France away. And we don't need the secondary guns. What we just need is actual directors for the AA armament. Dropping the amount of light AA guns. And a smattering of medium AA firepower. Sorry. So, we do that. Fit her with deck edge lifts. And then we can cram... We can probably cram another 30, another set of aircraft in. There we go, that's fine. About 170 rounds per gun. 37 aircraft, that's another 3 aircraft, but that's fine. But the anti-aircraft firepower has significantly increased, which is absolutely what we wanted. And again, the cost to actually keep them in the fleet is well within acceptable limits. So we're absolutely going to do it. We're absolutely going to mention the steel industry to the Prime Minister, because that is very important. Range and reliability on float plane scouts, that's always what we want. I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy anything from you, Spain. Yep, if the Austrians want to buy that, that's fine. That keeps the carrier rebuilding program going. I really do need to consider a new class of battleship. But ideally it needs to be small, it needs to be quick. Probably use France's excellent 14-inch guns. Probably do about 27 knots. 12 inches of belt armor. Normal engines. Not unit machinery. 12-inch belt. Dual purpose 5-inch guns. We can do that now. No tertiary battery required. There we go. Lovely. More medium AA guns. Only carrying a single aircraft. Slash tonnage way down. I don't want these ships to cost an arm and a leg. And that gives us the... Because the thing is, the Toulouse class are supposed to be direct replacements for the previous generation of French... the early generation of French dreadnoughts. Basically, things I could... A class of ships I can pump out in reasonable enough numbers. To, replace the X. And of course, the government / naval spending. Which is fine. You know, it's fine if they don't want me to replace the, Okay, the Russians want to buy an armed merchant cruiser. That's fine. They can. Diximunda is the sole large carrier in French service. And she's good at what she does as well. Well, that's good. Toulouse is ready for building, but we don't want to do her right now. Need to finish the carrier rebuild cycle and actually get the new light carriers into the fleet. New float plane scouts. I want the Lavassier because that comes closest to our current scouts while offering enough range, and I'm happy with it. Yes, I do actually want her air units to be assigned to her. Okay, new Japanese dive bomber. It's acceptable. Oh dear, that was unfortunate. We don't want people to shoot each other in hunting accidents. That's not good. Okay, so we managed to get some of the new light carriers. into the fleet. I am loath to retire. No, I am absolutely gonna raise tensions a bit. There we go. I need to finish the Saint Louis class. They are replacements for the ships that we've actually lost in previous conflicts. I absolutely need them. And the duplexes are going to be replaced by the Ville de Paris class, which are significantly better than them. To be fair, they had a good run, those ships. Very good run. But... well... the two Donetsks together can just about match up to the air group of Diximunda, which is good. They should do. They cost about half as much to run as she does. Which is fine. That's what I would expect from her. No, we're not. You are not cutting the budget. I need the fucking money to actually, you know, keep things going. Thank you. But don't finish these, I need a third Ville de Paris class ship. With at least 3, I can replace the old... I can fully replace the old... No, we're blowing up the capital of that Italian country, of that country. How dare they think they can hold French citizens hostage? Who do they think we are? Shouldn't wonder. Now, show me the design for the armed merchant cruiser, because all I want is to basically push it up as big as it'll go. Because... that is something I want to do. How big can we make it? How big will it let me make it? That'll do. That'll do very nicely. It might cost me an arm and a leg to do, but it's very sneaky. But doing this is going to give me a chance to really upscale my carrier force. So just for the 4 turns while it's happening, we're going to halt the battleships and bring those 2 girls into the French fleet. There's a reason why I'm doing this, and you'll see. Well, the Germans and Italians have lost their alliance, which means that we can focus on one and the other, which is good. Yes, a new medium bomber, please. Range and... I want bomb load and range, please. Okay, our 2 new... nope, we're going to send money to people in the Balkans. That's important. Now we're going to resume the 2 battleships. And you might say, Fleet, why are you building 2 massive armed merchant cruisers in peacetime? Well, you see, there's a little thing you can do. So because we brought these 2 massive ships into the fleet, what I can do, especially given is I can convert them into carriers. I can actually convert them. Hey, Cody! Thank you for subscribing. 12 months, a year here with me. I find that shocking, don't you? But yeah, Halfman's like, why not? Yes, exactly, Halfman. Why not? We will actually have control for those guns. That's important. I can carry more aircraft than that, surely. See, by converting these ships, it costs a bit to do, but it gives me a pair of carriers very quickly, far quicker than building a heal-up carrier, that are more than capable of matching up with our... See, what I can do with them is I can merge them with the... is I can merge them with... See, because they're 28 knots and the Edgar Quinquets are 27, they can be merged together. And then Dixie Munda and the two Ville de Paris can be merged together because of their higher speed. And that gives us a fuck ton of modern carriers, basically. That gives us a large modern carrier fleet. Now, we do still retain one of the largest fleets of Dreadnought battleships in the world and one of the largest battlecruiser fleets. Our naval budget is the second highest on the planet, after the United States, with us having eclipsed the British in terms of naval budget consistently. The problem I have is that I have a large number of old battleships in need of replacement. And that's the plan, basically. We're finishing the St. Louis class carriers. If the... Okay. Okay, so we've pulled back from war warning with Germany. But I do want to start repositioning ships to be ready if it comes to a war with the Germans, especially since after the collapse of their alliance with the Italians, we do only have to worry about fighting one of them, not both of them at the same time, for the first time in as long as I can remember. This plan sounds strangely Japanese. Well, in a sense it is and it isn't. One thing that I've learned is that while carriers are very useful... Well, there we go. There's your reason for why. Okay. How long have we been going? So we'll fight the first few rounds of this war. As I like to do. Because, again, the only problem with working is that you can't really, you can't really stream forever in a day, sadly. 20 ships required on trade protection, not a problem. We will actually send the older cruisers to do it. The older cruisers will also go to raid, because I don't trust them to do anything else. Activate to the active fleet all of our carriers. The older destroyers protect trade. Bring the older destroyers in the reserve fleet to also protect trade as well. The old colonial, the old ships that usually do things, they protect trade as well, because that then means we are very much protecting trade aggressively. We have our subs to do sub things. That's fine. The whole plan basically is to ensure that we get enough ships into service. Everything's fine. We're going to bring the poor old battleships out of mothballs for one last war against the Germans. Yeah. Go and earn that bread, mate. Go and earn that bread. Bread is important. Bread keeps us all going. Right. Okay. A battleship engagement off West France. Are the Germans really going all in? Are they really going all in? Are they really going to try? Are the Germans really going to try and go all in right in my backyard? Yeah. They absolutely are. Okay. It's definitely a choice that they've made. I mean, sure. Let me check my almanac quickly. So the Germans haven't built anything new since the Rhinelands. And I'm fairly confident I can beat them. I know I can beat the Prussians. I have done before. Their only battle cruisers that are worth a damn are the first Bismarcks, but they are weakly armed. Correction, they have Prince Eugen. She's fairly terrifying. But German battleships are not really worth much. They have a single carrier, Seydlitz. She's big, but we can match up against her with Diximunda. And we have a lot more modern carriers than they do. We also have a lot more light cruisers than they do. And our destroyers are, for the most part, better than theirs. All told, the German fleet is not great right now. Although, unfortunately, we are suffering from the problem of the large part ain't modern and the modern part ain't large, and being something that we as the French fleet have to actually contend with. And it's unfortunate, but it is very true. The large part of the French fleet ain't modern and the modern part ain't large. And that is the truth of the matter. I need to fight. Before anything else happens, one of the key objectives in this fight is we need to find and we need to kill the enemy's carriers. The German battlecruisers are wishing they were anywhere else after Voltaire opens up with their big 17s at them. Oh, I'm going to guess Heroine's just taken a massive hit to her engines. Yep. Although, Nantes and Aquitaine are just wading in, guns blazing. Like absolute units that they are. Battlecruiser, battlecruiser, battlecruiser. Find me those German carriers. Find me those German carriers so I can knock 7 bells out of them. Oh, Lutzow just took a bit of a beating there. Jesus, yeah, she did not have a good time there at all. The German ships are withdrawing, but that's not surprising, given what they're up against. Given what they know what French battlecruisers can do to them. They have to be fundamentally aware. And also that the best... While their battleships are on average better, the best of ours are much better than the best of theirs. Here's the thing, with the big 16s on the ships like Marseille, we have the ability to reach out and touch enemy ships. Okay, do we have any report... Carrier. Carrier spotted. carrier has been spotted by one of our land-based scouts. Right. It's go time, people. Right, your target is the enemy carrier. Last believed location, down there. As Liam Neeson says in Pacific Rim, I want every available plane on this ship in the air. Now! You send your fleet. Well, my fleet's already engaged with the enemy, with the German battle line, and I can't disengage right now. Not without leaving my own carriers very vulnerable indeed. I'm hoping that I get additional information on the enemy's... Right. We have more up-to-date information. A torpedo bomber has found the enemy carrier group proper. I'm not sure what that other carrier is, but it's not part of the main carrier group. The main carrier group has been spotted further south. I mean, the Germans are very brave to do this. They know that my gunnery is very good. And that every time anyone has tried to run me down, it's backfired on... Yeah, okay, the enemy carriers are in this general area. Most up-to-date information had them here on a westerly course. So we're going to spread our carrier strikes over this area. And we're going to hope that we hit things. Now, we have gone fairly dive bomber heavy, especially on our more modern carriers like the Dixie Munda, so I am hopeful that we can inflict some real damage on the German carrier force. Oh, fuck, Voltaire. Britannia, the predecessor and half-sister to the Voltaires, is banging away with her big 16s, but... Voltaire just took a bit of a 1-2 punch, bless her. Her rudder jammed for a split second, but they repaired it fairly quick. I'm going to tack the battle cruisers across the rear of the German battle line. Try and inflict some sort of... I'm trying to force certain elements of the German battle line to drop out and be killed. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Not sure whether I will succeed or not. It's very hard to say. We might succeed, we might not. Oh, no, you don't. And Britannia is really banging away with her guns. Like, she really is... Oh, bloody hell. Nantes' captain has always been a hot-headed man, but now he really is going too far. I'm going to guess that is the... No, that is not. That is an enemy... Bomber? Those are float planes. And they're coming in from a completely unexpected direction. What the hell? How? Those are dive bombers. The nest got opened up, and luckily they've not hit anything. Dard's taken a bomb hit, but I'm not happy with that. At all. I'm going to very much up strength that cap. Did we send those? Oh, we did. Ah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We have new information on enemy carriers anyway. We know roughly where they are. We can now send a follow-up heavy strike from our most capable carriers. And hopefully inflict some real damage. Poor old Lutzow is having a very, very bad day. Okay, Dixie Munda has launched her attack, but our aircraft are also attacking the enemy carriers. So both carriers are attacking each other. No idea if we're going to score a kill. Okay, three torpedo hits on something. Some of the dive bombers are nosing over. Jesus! This war might be over before it's even bloody begun. Ah! There's the other German battle cruisers. In particular, there are the first Bismarcks. Yeah, there they are. I am going to start merging battle cruisers and battleships now. Because we're at the point now where the fast battleship really is a thing that exists. And... okay, enemy... more of our aircraft are going in. I'm now reacting to this new approaching force of German battle cruisers, but unfortunately... this new approaching course of German battle cruisers. Oh, Dixie Munda! Oh. Okay, it's fine. She's only taken a single torpedo hit. She's fine. These German battle cruisers are running straight head on into 5 French ones, including the 2 French battle cruisers armed with 16-inch guns. Have fun, guys. Wish you well. Hope you have a good time. Please send us a postcard. The French Navy loves a good postcard from irate German battlecruiser captains. This is a very bad place for you to be. Hope you have a good time. There's 2 parallel actions going on here. There's a carrier action. Oh, Jesus, Donetsk took a bit of a battering. It's fine, though. She's allowed to. First Bismarcks are opening up with their big 15s. We're hitting them. We're hitting them hard as well. The closest one is actually really quite heavily slowing. Britannia's coming in with her big 16. She's opened up. Oh, goal. Don't you die. Ah, down to 40 knots. I reckon Marseille took an engine hit. That's fine, though. The German battlecruisers have been forced to break off because Britannia's come in with a... oh, dear. Poor old Donetsk. She got hit with a torpedo that then caused a fire on her deck, which then caused that to rage. They were old ships, to be fair. Recently refitted, but they were old ships. They were and are old ships. Right, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to order a flotilla attack. You are going to be ordered to screen for first battle div to keep you in line. And then you guys are also going to do flotilla attack. I know we've inflicted some damage here, and I know we have done damage, but it's time to know that pushing our luck further than this would not be advisable. We've got battered ships, we've got injured ships. It's time to break away. It's time for us to cut our losses. Okay, Dixie Munda's torpedo bombers are going in. Torpedo bombers going in. Dive bombers going in. Damn, I am actually very impressed with our older airframes. They've done very well. I suppose they're mature. They are mature airframes. Okay, one torpedo bomber goes in. One torpedo hit. Very nice. Okay, torpedo bombers scored a hit on first Bismarck. That's good. I mean, you'd have to be very silly to sit there and engage. You're outnumbered. You're outgunned. This is really not where you want to be right now, mate. This is really not where you want to be. You do not want to be tangling with Britannia. She's punched bigger ships than you. And those are battleships. You do not want to be punching up with one of the two most powerful battleships in the French Navy. It'll be nighttime soon. I mean, to be frank, I have no idea how much damage we've actually done. Not really. She's avoiding torpedoes, bless her. Britannia's expended half her ammunition, and nighttime. And we lost the destroyer. That's a shame. So we are now... Nope, we're going to lower the speed to 17 knots, and we are going to retire to Brest. That is what we're going to do. We have inflicted a massive amount of damage, I think, on the German surface and carrier arm. But it is time to know that it is time for us to retire to Harbour. Wait, the Germans have night ops? Voltaire's fine. She's alright. She's a tough old girl. She can take it. Everybody into Brest, please. I want us all in there before day breaks, please. This is a battle I don't want to actually continue. I'm happy with things as they are. If we're lucky, we will have achieved a significant blow against the enemy's carriers. If we're really fucking lucky, we might have actually inflicted more than that. We'll see. It's hard to tell how much we'll have actually inflicted. But we can hope that we will have inflicted enough damage to actually have scored at least a victory. Maybe a draw, we'll see. They did manage to nail one of our big carriers. She was an old girl, to be fair. She was one of the two first French carriers. Okay. That's not as good as I hoped. We did nail a German battlecruiser. We nailed one of the Lutzows, and I think she got nailed by a fire started by a 16-inch shell. I think we spread a great deal of damage over the enemy carrier fleet. So yeah, that was the first major battle of the war. And on that, we've passed an hour and 10 minutes. I am going to call that here. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. So yeah, first battle of the war. The French fleet came out well on top. We've got new capital ships coming in. I've got work, mate. We've got new capital ships coming in. 2 new large carriers coming in, which the Germans don't have an answer for right now. They're not building their 2 other Seydlitzers, which they probably should be if they want to keep up. The Germans are actually on their own. No allies coming to help them. Whereas our Russian allies could come in, our American allies could come in, but even by ourselves, we're more than capable of dealing with them. We're on the verge of a revolution in capital ship construction, and it's all to come next week. Take care, everyone, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye!